And just leading on to that, and you were talking about opening your own practice. Have you got any friends, or have you had any friends that you've shared yoga with? Maybe they weren't that open towards it, and maybe you brought them to a class or something along those lines. And it's ended up being one of their big hobbies or passions to this day.
It's huge. In regards to clinic, that has very much been my path. Very interesting. I grew up in a very conventional family. So my parents were, my dad is a doctor, my mum was a nurse, and we weren't very much submerged into a spiritual life at all. And it was through the eating disorder that, caused me to seek deeper of going, why aren't things working for me? There has to be more to life. And that's when I fell into the yoga path. And I actually went over and had about 6 trips to India and, spending really big stints there just studying yoga, and knew that that was something that was going to be part of my life. And although we've had the pandemic, it's the first year that I haven't been over to India. But in saying that, I grew up with friends that was really quite foreign. I know we've had Western yoga, and a lot of my friends, it was all a bit weird. But what happened was they noticed such a change. So I'm 33 this year and started yoga when I was 24. And at first, I never really said anything. I'd talk about it because I was really into it. I studied it intensely, and it was quite a big part of my life. And they'd noticed that I was going to India for a while. But what would happen was they would notice that I was becoming really different, and just the way that I'd handle life. And I know for me, I got to do some amazing things, and I thank yoga because it really has been that firm foundation that I never preached to friends. And it was kind of in your 20s, no one really wanted to go to yoga with you. Everybody, I guess, in my world wanted to explore different avenues. But it's been little parts now that I've had some friends come into, but also at my clinic, it's a huge part of my eating disorder program is just just starting to, I guess, put those small tools into people. And, you can't force anything, but I have noticed some changes in some friends, but I have had some beautiful, they have been girls who I've mentored through eating disorders who have really taken to the yoga path and watched their life flourish. And that's just been the most beautiful experience in the sense that that was something that worked for me. And I was able to go, hey, look, have you tried this? And essentially it's helped them live a better life as well. So it's kind of that whole yoga vibe that you don't know what's happening, but people around you start to notice the change.
Yeah, absolutely. And